A very good evening to all of you and welcome to this special webinar on PracticeXL Showcase. So PracticeXL is the 4-day very intense training program that I conduct, okay, on A to Z about practice management and practice growth. So conducting this since 2017 and has changed the lives of hundreds and thousands of not just dental professionals, but medical professionals as well. So if I'm clearly audible and visible to you, type hi or good evening in the chat box so that I'll come to know that you people can listen to me, see me clearly. Wonderful. So a very good evening to all of you, okay, guys, and welcome for this special session. Okay, right in the beginning, I want to tell you something that, thank you for showing up for yourself because it's a working day. And I'm sure that, you were busy in your practices and, you could have been doing any other thing. You could have probably gone back to bed early. You could have maybe just relax on some sofa, watching some Netflix or something. But then you have chosen to be here this evening. That actually shows that you are a group of people who really want to do something more, something extra to take your practices to the next level. And because you have showed up here, I appreciate and admire your presence here. Okay. I always say this, only a small percentage of people in this world create history. Rest 98%, just read it. And I'm sure you have seen this. You go to different conferences, you go to different courses, you land up meeting the same people again and again, isn't it? It's always a minority group of people who keep on doing majority of the things to take things to the next level for themselves, for their practices, and for the world at large. And your presence here itself shows that you are part of that 2%. Okay. And because you have given your time here, okay, I always say this, that time is the most valuable asset we all have. And when you give your time to someone, you land up giving a part of your life that's never going to come back. Okay. And because you have given your time here, I promise you that with all the expertise and experience I have in the field of practice growth, I'm really going to share a lot of powerful things with you. Trust me, even if it is the preview session of PracticeXL course, let me tell you something. It's not going to be, the preview of PracticeXL only right from the beginning. Okay. There is something which I'm going to share with you, which is going to be very, very powerful. Okay. I'm going to talk about how and why, the perfect doctors, whether you're a medico or a dentist, unfortunately, do not become the perfect, super successful practitioners, all of us. Okay. Why it does not happen? Okay. You are very good in studies. You are, very dynamic in college, in dental medical schools. And the moment you move out of the college, the situation changes completely. Then what are the common mistakes which we make in practice? Okay. Then I'm also going to talk about the common myths the medicos have and what should be your next natural step of learning. So guys, I want you to take a lot of notes here. Okay. So it's not going to be just, detailing of PracticeXL or, that typical showcase kind of webinar. So I'm going to really add a lot of value for you. I promise you, trust me, this evening can change the course of your practice, your financials, and your life forever. Okay. So take lots of notes. And this is a live webinar. Okay. And yes, we are recording it, but it's only for the quality purpose. That's it. Right. And take lots of notes. And if you have any questions, just note down those questions somewhere in your notepad. And I want all of you to, participate in the webinar. What do I mean by that? See, when I ask you to put something in the chat, make sure that you do it. Don't just sit and watch this webinar as if you're watching some TV or something. Okay. Remember, no matter which game you're playing, whether the game of practice or the game of life, the game of money, the game of investment, the game of making money, the game of growing your practice, growing your patients, It's always the players who make the history and not the spectators. So I want you to be the players here. So if you are going to be participating in this webinar, just type full on in the chat box. Let me see how many of you are full on and are the players this evening. Awesome. Okay. And guys, I'll tell you something very interesting. In these 2 hours, I'm actually going to share my journey as a practicing dentist with you. Okay. Things where I got stuck, the mistakes that I made, and how I corrected them. And how, no matter where you are practicing, since how many years you're practicing, no matter, what level of practice, expertise, and experience you have as of today, you can really take away so many things from this masterclass and what should be your next natural step of growth. Okay. So just want to ask from which city in India or abroad you are attending this, special webinar from. Just type your city in the chat. So we have people from Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, Gurgaon, okay, Belgaum, Ahmedabad, Jaipur, Chennai, Amravati, Satara, Hyderabad, Baroda, Cuttack, Nasik, Rohtak. Awesome. Okay. So we have people from everywhere, in this country. Wonderful. So I'm sitting in Pune right now. So is it okay if I introduce myself in short to you formally? Type okay in the chat if that's okay, because many of you have never met me and it's just, on Facebook rather than the face-to-face kind of thing, right? Wonderful. So thank you so much, guys. This is Dr. Sujit Pardeshi, and international speaker, bestseller author, and someone who has helped more than 6,000 dentists and medical doctors to grow their practices anywhere between 25% to 1,000%. Yes, you heard that right. So it has been 10 plus years doing it and enjoying it, helping people to change their lives, helping people to change their practices, their financials, and have always been an invited speaker in different, local branch events, state conferences, national conferences, international conferences. Okay, conducted different dental college, specialty organizations, conducted a lot of courses, a lot of pre-conference courses. On the way, wrote this wonderful book called New Age Dentalpreneur, Develop a Competitive Age and Build a Profitable Dental Practice. First of its kind by Indian dentist or author, forwarded by none other than Dr. Christian Kochman. And the book was, when Dr. Christian was here in Mumbai, he had pre-launched the book himself. And happy to share that the book was launched in the World Dental Show by the hands of then FDI World President from Hong Kong. So it has been a phenomenal journey and a wonderful decade. On the way, received numerous awards at different levels, have been a very active member in Indian Dental Association, Junior Chambers International, Rotary International. This one is a special award I received, Rajiv Gandhi Excellence Award for outstanding contribution and distinguished service to the nation. So been there, done it all kind of thing. And, how many of you understood this slide? Type yes in the chat box. See, this is what the world see. The world see your success, right? The world see your success, but then nobody gets success easily, isn't it? All of us have our stories, the story of struggle, the story of failures, the story of bouncing back, the story of, a lot of efforts. And, the world see your success, but then you have to go through a lot of grind before you get it and before you get there. And my story is no different than yours. It all started in a very small town called Pachora in district Jalgaon in the state of Maharashtra. Born and brought up there, a 50,000 population town. This is where I used to live. A very humble beginning, and 2-room teen shed house, and 11 of us used to live in a joint family. But then growing up with this humble background never became an excuse or a reason for me why I cannot do what I always wanted to do. In fact, it always inspired me to do something bigger, something more, something better all the time, because there was nothing to lose. Okay. So I did my graduation from Bharati Vidyapith, Pune, and I was one of the medalists in Pune University, getting my MDS in any and every field I wanted. Someone who has not done his post-graduation by choice. Went back to my hometown and started Smile Dental Clinic in November 99. So this is my 25th year of practicing dentistry. And I still practice dentistry because I love dentistry. Whatever I am today is only because of dentistry. Okay. So 14 November 99 is the day when I started my practice. And I'll tell you something very interesting. So those of you who practice, in the small towns, you will agree that, in the small town, the practices clicks very fast. There is no or low waiting period. If you agree, type agree in the chat box. Okay. Those of you who are from taluka places or maybe small district places, the practices clicks very fast. Okay. But then there is something, every coin has two sides. The practices gets stagnated equally fast. Isn't it? So I started practicing in November 99. And guess what? In the second month of my practice, the average number of appointments per day were around 22. 21, 22 were the average number of patients I used to see every day in the second month, literally. So by the time it was like 6 months, 7 months into practice, by June 2020. Okay, not 2020, June 2000, sorry. So, the practice was set. I started my practice even before my 23rd birthday. Okay. And imagine just a 24-year-old doctor, absolutely well-settled practice at the age of 23. Okay. 6 months into practice, and I was like all set. No big loans, hardly any loan. That was, as the chartered accountant said, don't pay that loan immediately, pay it slowly or something like that. Okay, around 25 patients per day, good practice, no mass practice, no low rates, no low quality work. I thought I was settled. Okay, but then it said that life is what happens to you when you are making some other plans. And I was no exception. It happened in the same way with me. From June 2000 till March 2007, almost 7 long years. And I saw a huge phase of stagnation in my practice. Yes, my practice got stagnated so much so that I was wondering whether I'm a professional or a salaried employee. Not even 10%, difference in the practice, month-on-month basis. I did everything I could to grow my practice. 7 long years of stagnation. Okay. One thing that I knew, that the stagnation is not correct, is not good. Remember one thing, always. Okay, I say this all the time. Stagnation is the first phase of decline. Always remember, no matter how big your practice is, if your practice is stagnant for more than 2-3 years, you really need to take care of your practice because it's dangerous. Remember one thing, you do not go down when you actually, or your practice actually starts going down. If it is not going up, anything that does not go up eventually has to go down. That's the nature's law. I'll give you a simple example. You go to the tabletop and keep on walking. What's a tabletop? It's a flat land on the top of mountain. So you go to the tabletop and keep on walking, and there comes a point where the tabletop ends. What starts after that? It's always the valley. Anything that does not go up eventually has to go down. So if there are people here whose practice is stagnated for more than 2, 3, 4 years, please take care of your practice, because stagnation is the first phase of decline. Somehow I knew it at that time itself. But then tried everything for those 7 long years, and it was just not working. Nothing was working. Okay. And I was completely clueless. I was like, okay, what should I do more to take my practice to the next level? By the way, how many of you wants to grow your practice? Okay, just type me in the chat box if you are someone who really wants to grow your practice. Okay, interestingly, very few people wants to grow the practice. Okay, so thank you. I told you guys, it's a life. The practice is a game of players, not the spectators. So please don't just sit and watch this webinar. Participate here, because I'll tell you something. Your participation here will prepare you consciously as well as subconsciously to participate into the future and into the growth of your own practice. Okay, so keep on participating. So I was at that point where I was facing the phase of stagnation year after year. I wanted to grow my practice, but the problem was I didn't know how. I told you, I genuinely did everything I could to take my practice to the next level. I increased my network. I joined the Rotary, everything I did, but it was just not growing. 7 long years. Okay. And therefore, the point number 1 that I want to talk about, why perfect medical or dental graduates do not make perfect doctors. Believe it or not, it took me 7 years to understand what was the missing link in my practice. Okay, it took me 7 long years to understand what was the missing link in my practice. And, you know, and the trigger, the reason how I understood was, I was attending one seminar on success principles. And the trainer showed something in that seminar that changed my life forever. Okay. He said the biggest problem with a lot of professionals who do not become super successful in their, private practices is because they focus only on studies. They focus only on studies. And he said, there are 2 very powerful studies that are done, okay, by 2 of the world's top universities, okay, or the training institutes. And those studies were on what makes a human being successful, okay. And the results of the studies were surprising. The results of the studies were shocking. One of them was done by the Dale Carnegie Institute. And this is what they found. The Dale Carnegie Institute says that 85% of your financial success is due to your personality, your communication skills, negotiation skills, and leadership skills. Shockingly, only 15% is due to the technical knowledge. And this comes from the horse's mouth. Someone who, someone who taught the world about personal development, personal growth. And this is what the Dale Carnegie said. And interestingly, almost at the same time, another world-renowned institute conducted another survey. And they asked one single-liner question. Why it happens that in spite of having similar education, people differ in the success? They conducted a survey. Thousands of people were asked the same question across different business professions in different countries. And when the result of the survey was out, the world was shocked when they said that the contribution of domain skill in human success is just 12 to 13%. And what contributes to almost 88% is the soft skills and the effectiveness of the soft skills with which we use them. And this was done by none other than the Harvard University. Now imagine, what is domain skill? Domain skill is nothing but your technical knowledge. We are dentists, that's our domain. Okay. Now look at this. Dale Carnegie says your technical knowledge contributes to 15%. Harvard University says the soft skills, the domain skill contribute to 12, 13%. And what contributes to almost 88% is never taught to us professionally. I was shocked. I told you, I got that missing link in that 3-hour seminar. When the trainer showed this slide, I raised my hand. I said, I don't agree with this. How come my clinical skills, for which I have given around 20, 25 years of my life, a lot of money, a lot of hard work, a lot of studies, contribute to only 12, 15%? I don't agree with this. Okay. And he said that I understand what you are going through. By the way, there were many in the audience who were with me. But he said, I can prove you that this survey is right. And he asked a question to all of us on that day. And I would like to ask the same question to all of you here. Guys, listen to the question carefully. Okay. And don't misunderstand the question. With all due respect to all the academic toppers sitting here, just want to ask a question to you. See, you're from different batches, different colleges, different timeline, different universities, right? If I ask you a simple question, I want you to recollect your batchmates. Okay, I want you to recollect your batchmates. And if you take out the top 10 practitioners from your batch, okay, of course, everybody is doing good practice, no doubt about it. So unless you are really new here. So those who are into practicing dentistry, 2, 3, 5, 10, 20 years, if you take out the top 10 practitioners from your batch, out of that top 10, by majority, who are more successful practitioners, the toppers or the backbenchers? Put it in the chat box. So I'm not saying that the backbenchers are better or toppers are better. I'm saying by majority. It's like 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. If you think of your own batchmates, if you take out the top 10 practitioners from your batch, by majority, who are more successful practitioners? Right? Everybody, I told you guys, life is a game of players, not spectators. So don't be the spectator here, be the player. Okay. Right. And interestingly, look at that, what everybody's typing here. Okay. Interestingly, the backbenchers are more flourished practitioners than toppers. That does not mean that toppers don't have good practice. But I said by majority, the backbenchers are more flourished practitioners than toppers. Now, interestingly, why does that happen? And see, I'll tell you what, that itself is more than enough to prove that it takes something more along with clinical skills. It's not that the clinical skills are not important. It takes something more along with clinical skills in order to be super successful in your private practice. And that's why I always say that dentistry is all about 3M. And I'm not talking about any rubber base or composite. Okay. Dentistry is all about 3M. And the 3Ms of dentistry are marketing, management, and professional mastery. Marketing, management, and professional mastery. Marketing is something that gives you patients, right? Whether you do online marketing, offline marketing. Marketing is something that gives you patients. Management is nothing but the soft skills. What are the different soft skills? Soft skills are nothing but your communication skill, your presentation skill, your management skill, your leadership and team building skills, and your interpersonal skills, your rapport building skills, your objection handling, price objection handling, crisis management skills. So they are nothing but the soft skills. Marketing gives you a lot of patience. Soft skills help you to connect with the patient to do that successful patient consultation. And professional mastery is your clinical skills, which helps you to do the patient in the best possible way. Right? Tell me one thing, which M is more important? Marketing, management or professional mastery? Put it in the chat box. Which M is more important? Management, marketing, marketing, management, all, marketing, professional mastery, all. Now see, let's take an example, okay? Suppose there is a dentist who is very good in marketing only. What will happen? He or she will have a lot of patients in the waiting room. That means the waiting room will be full. But because only marketing is good, communication is not good, presentation is not good, so the person will fail to convert the patients, isn't it, for the treatment? So if only marketing is good, you will get a lot of new patients, the footfall will be high, but your patient conversion will be low. Guys, I want you to relate this to your practice. Very, very important and extremely powerful thing I'm sharing with you. Okay. If suppose there is someone who is very good in soft skills only, इसको हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना, बोली वचन अच्छा है. So that means your communication is good, your patient consultation is good, you have that dynamism in your personality, your presentation, your connect, your rapport building is good. So, but the marketing is not good. So whenever there is a patient who walks in, your soft skills are so good that you will convert the patient for treatment. But because your clinical skills are not good, the patient will never come back to you again, right? And suppose there is someone who is very good in clinical skills only, no marketing, that means less footfall, no soft skills, that means low patient conversion. See, if only marketing is good, you have more footfall, but the conversion ratio is low. If only soft skills are good, you have high conversion, but the patient retention is low. The patients will not come back to you again because your work is not good. And if there is someone who is very good in clinical skills only, your problem is it will take years for you and your practice to click. Because marketing is, you're not focusing on marketing, so less patient will come. And your communication and all is not that good. So whenever patient gets converted, you will do the best treatment. But the problem is the conversion is low. That's why always remember this. All three are equally important. None of these three M's are less or more important than each other. All three are equally important. Our biggest problem is we focus only on clinical skills. That's why I said, why perfect medical graduates cannot become perfect or super successful doctors in the private practice? The reason is they focus only on clinical skills. They fail to understand that you need a patient who accept your treatment in order to show how good clinician you are. If that is true, type true in the chat. You need a patient who accept your treatment in order to show how good clinician you are. अगर patient ही नहीं आया, या patient came, you did the consultation, patient listened to everything, and patient said, okay, ma'am, give me tablets, I'll come back, and never came back. To whom will you treat? You need a patient who accept your treatment. These two are prerequisites for a successful dental practice and a medical practice. Unfortunately, nobody has taught us this thing. If you remember, right from day one, for the first year, if you remember, type yes in the chat box, that plaster of Paris block, right? Second year, that wax block. And then third year, that block, and then you are blocked. You move out of the dental college, okay? You go to different conferences. For what? To sharpen your clinical skills even further. Good. Then you go to different courses to sharpen your clinical skills even further. Then you do those hands-on. Buy that implant kit, laser, physio dispenser, comes back to your practice Monday morning, fully ready to do that implant. Where is the patient who accept your implant treatment? Always remember, knowledge or skill without opportunity is zero. No matter how good knowledge you have, no matter how good clinician you are, you need a patient who accepts your treatment. Think about this. Hundreds of dental clinics are getting closed in this country every month. Why? Why? They don't have dental chair or air rotor or scaler, or they don't know how to do, cavity filling or root canal or scaling. It is only because either they don't have patients who accept their treatment. And that's why I want all of you to start focusing on all 3Ms right from tomorrow morning. Because it is effective marketing that ensures that you have enough footfall in the clinic. It is effective soft skills that ensures that you convert that footfall into your actual patients. And it is effective clinical skills that ensures that whatever you project in marketing and whatever you promise during patient consultation, you deliver the same quality of treatment. All 3M are equally important. And unless you focus on all 3M, I'll tell you what, if you are a new practitioner, your practice will take a lot of time before it clicks. And let me tell you, you don't have that much time. 25,000 dentist graduates and postgraduates in this country every single year. If only 1% of that 25,000 comes to your city, what is 1% of 25,000? It's 250 new clinics in 365 days. Almost one new opening every day. If you practice in big metro cities or cosmo cities, definitely you get at least 2-3% of them. You don't have that much time. So if you do not focus on all 3M, if you're a new practitioner, it will take years for your practice to grow. And by that time, there will be so many dentists around. If you take 4-5 years horizon, 1 lakh dentists will get added. Imagine 1 lakh. 1% of the 1 lakh is 1,000 new dentists in your city. You don't have that much time. And if you're an established practitioner and not focusing on 3M, the first thing, take it from me in writing, the first thing that will happen is your practice will become stagnated. And if your practice becomes stagnated, I told you already, stagnation is the first phase of decline. Stagnation is the first phase of decline. You will not go down when you actually goes down. If you're not going up, anything that does not go up has to go down. That's the nature's law. So no matter who you are, where you practice, how many years you are into practice, I genuinely want all of you to start focusing on all 3M right from tomorrow morning. Trust me, then only you will not just survive, but thrive in dental practice. If you got it, type got it in the chat box. Okay, that's the first important and extremely powerful message that I wanted to, tell you, right? Going ahead, the next thing that I want you to teach, the next mistake is why doctors are not good practice managers. Now you might be thinking, sir, I am a good practice manager or whatever. I'll just give you a couple of simple examples. How many of you have seen this? That if you go on vacation, your practice either goes down or becomes zero. If it goes down, type down in the chat. If it becomes zero, type zero in the chat box. What happens to your practice, okay, when you go on vacation? And I'm so happy and I really appreciate that so many of you are participating here. I told you, if you participate here, you will participate into the growth of your practice, because how you do anything is how you do everything. Okay. See, for majority of you, the practice becomes zero or go down, right? Now it's like you go on vacation, your practice also go on vacation. And that's not right, isn't it? That's not correct. That means Your practice is completely dependent on you. So it is the person dependent practice rather than the system dependent practice. You need to slowly develop a system in your practice in such a way that even if you go on vacation, your practice should not just function in your absence, but even grow in your absence. Yes, you heard that right. Your practice should not just function in your absence, but even grow in your absence. And that is possible only when you learn the art and science of practice management. One of the biggest problems of majority of the doctors, because they are not good practice managers, they think that practice management is something that comes automatically to you. And that's why they never give any attention to it. Now, let me tell you something. If it comes automatically, yes, that is partially true. But you know what? You learn the art and science of practice management through experience after practicing for 5, 10, 15 years into practice. Right? So you become better at, managing your patients, managing your appointments, managing the lab work, managing the materials inventory, managing your staff. Okay. If yes, type yes in the chat box. Now, it's like with experience, you become better at it. And let me tell you, this is a big problem. And you know why? This is called experience-based learning. Now, one of the biggest problem with the experience-based learning is experience always comes at the cost of time, not worth, trust me. You have to sacrifice a lot of active years of your career, first 5, 10, 15 years, before you learn the lessons of management. And let me tell you something. See, you can recover everything back in life. The only thing that you cannot recover is time. So time is the costliest price you pay for the experiences in life. Not worth. The best thing is to take charge of yourself and learn the art and science of practice management proactively. Take charge of yourself. Take charge of your practice. Learn the art and science, because practice management is not just an art. It's a proper methodical science as well, just like any other field in dentistry. Unless you learn this, you will not be able to grow beyond a point. Your practice will be completely dependent on you. You will keep on facing the staff problem all the time. You will keep on having some friction with the patients here and there all the time. And irrespective of the number of years into practice, you will still find that you are doing practice, but you are not enjoying the practice. That's not right. I want you to learn this somewhere. Okay. And then there are few myths which we all have. Why doctors do not learn things easily? One of the worst thing is, I know it. I know that. That mindset, that attitude, simply because the moment we become doctor, imagine this scenario. Before you enter the examination hall for your last exam in final BDS or MDS, you are reading that book, that those notes all the time, as if you don't know so many things, isn't it? And the moment you are out of the examination hall, you do not touch those books ever for years and decades after that. If that is true, type true in the chat, isn't it? Matlab, 3 hours before, there were so many things which you did not know. And 3 hours later, you know everything. And once you get that doctor degree, once you start your practice, everybody who walks in calls you sir, ma'am, Dr. Saab, and you think you know it all. It's dangerous. And that mindset, unfortunately, I know everything, I know it all, does not allow us to grow beyond a point. And that is something which is not right, and you should constantly keep on learning. Okay. So just come out of this shell. One of the worst diseases in the world is I know it. I know that. The second big problem is I earn a lot of money, because when you are in, colleges, you probably never thought that you will make, like 500 rupees, 1000 rupees, 2000 rupees a day, or maybe 5000 rupees a day. And when you start making money, you think that, wow, I'm earning more than what I thought. I'm earning more than probably what I can deserve. And it takes few years for you to realize that whatever money you make is not sufficient at all. How many of you have seen this? That whatever your fees was during your BDS, MDS times, you have to pay more fees for your kids' primary and pre-primary schools. If yes, type yes in the chat box. And that is when you start realizing, ki, boss, my money is not enough. I thought I make a lot of money. It's not that. So even after like 5 years into practice, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years into practice, if you want to upgrade something, if you want to renovate your clinic, if you want to buy that house, if you want to renovate your house, you still have to take all the loans, and the entire life goes in the EMIs. So true, isn't it? Never think you earn a lot of money. Trust me, go out there and you will understand how much money we need. And we haven't even talked about the hospitalization in the old age. So we need to come to the reality, accept the fact rather than inflating our own egos. Okay. We also have, like, people need us. Let me tell you, people don't need us. This is what people do with the doctors. We are on the streets to save ourselves, our profession, our dignity, our pride. People don't need us. Don't have this assumption that, I'm doctor, people need me. No, gone are those days. Thanks to at least the COVID times that, it gave back some respect to medical profession. Otherwise, people used to think that, doctors are the worst people in the world. It's the COVID time where, we have regained some respect back from the society. So the point is, there are so many myths and, the false assumptions we are surrounded with. And those are things which stops us from growing. Trust me, 25 years as a practicing dentist, I have seen dentistry from every side. A practicing dentist, a member of association, office bearer of association, the organizer of different conferences and all, a speaker, a mentor, an author, and an entrepreneur. I have seen dentistry from every side, and I see so many dentists who either are blind to their own reality or have such a high inflated egos, they just fail to understand. And the worst part of life is, except the fish, everybody understands that the fish is in the water. The fish thinks that's the world. No. Guys, please don't have these myths. Trust me, they will spoil you. Okay? They will take away your time. They will take away your life. So never say that in the future from now onwards. I know it. I earn a lot of money. I have enough. People need me. No. Few more things. I know how to balance things. If that is the case, do you really have time? One of the biggest problem of being a professional is, if you're not successful, there is a problem. And guess what? If you become successful, there is a bigger problem. Because with success, you become more busy. And as you start making more money and you become more busy, again, it comes at the cost of your personal time and your family time. And the work-life balance gets completely disturbed. And by the time you realize it, Your kids are grown up and they have left you. And even your time has left you. If agree, type agree in the chat box. We think I know how to balance things, but genuinely by the time we realize it's too late. So I want you to understand this. And this happens if, like more growth makes you more busy. That should never happen. Think about this. If, I've read it somewhere. If Mukesh Ambani used to take the homework of his kids, guys, all of you, how many of you take the homework of your kids? Okay. It's all left to their mothers. So the point that I want to make here is, don't have these assumptions. Okay. See, all the girls are saying me. I'm talking to guys actually. I already said it's all left to their mothers. So the point which I want to make is, we think we really do a lot of things in the right way, but let me tell you, that's not the reality. We need to understand how to balance things. And more importantly, I am perfect. Let me tell you, nobody is perfect. If we would have been perfect, look at this. Survey shows 50% of the doctors are at the risk of cardiovascular disease. Instead of living dentistry, people are living dentistry. So if you are perfect, why there is so much stress in life? And now we are at a crossroad where we ourselves don't know what to do next. I don't know if you know this. The average lifespan of a doctor or a medical professional is 5 years less than the average lifespan of, a common man. Dangerous, isn't it? Someone who give health, someone who give extended life to the world, himself or herself live 5 years less. We are few of the most stressed people in this society. And friends, that's why I want to, tell you one thing. We need to wake up. Okay? Remove that blindfold and accept the reality that we need to work on ourselves. Don't have that assumption, I know it, I know how to balance things. कोई टेंशन नहीं है लाइफ में. Okay? Balance it before it is too late. And therefore, my next point is, the only and the best way of balancing is upgrading yourself all the time. Upgrading yourself all the time. I say this in every single session I conduct. Okay. And I'll share that very powerful case study also with you. Okay. There was an Oxford University student, and he was studying the world's top 500 companies. And as a part of his thesis, he observed a very interesting pattern, that the world is changing every single day, but there are companies who are in the list of Fortune 500 for years and decades. And he was surprised, how is that possible? There is so much of competition out there. The world is changing every single day. How come there are companies who are in the list of Fortune 500 for years and decades? So as a part of his thesis, he wrote an email to the CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, asking them one single liner question. What is the secret of you being, in the list of Fortune 500 for years and years? Now, the CEOs of top 500 companies, extremely busy people, why they should reply to such unknown email? But to his own surprise, 83 people replied to that email. And 79 out of 83 had a common reply. And that was, continuous upgradation in their own field was the secret of being one step ahead than the competitors. Continuous upgradation in their own field was the secret of being one step ahead than the competitors. So keep on upgrading yourself all the time. Every single time, after a gap of 365 days. If one of your old patient comes back to your clinic, forget about the new patient. If one of your old patient comes back to your practice, the patient should find something new, a new skill learned, a new treatment facility added, a new technology learned or acquired, a new equipment purchased, new certification from some good course or conference. No matter what, keep on upgrading yourself all the time. Because every single time you upgrade, you will find that it saves your time. It saves your efforts. It accelerates and it enhances the treatment quality. You will have more patients, more money. Most importantly, the job satisfaction will be immense. As Robin Sharma also says, that in order to double your income and success, triple your investment in personal development and professional mastery. In order to double your income and success, triple your investment in personal development and professional mastery. Friends, what is personal development? Soft skills. What is professional mastery? Clinical skills. I told you, dentistry is about 3M: marketing, soft skills, clinical skills. Marketing can always be outsourced. You find a good marketing agency and you can outsource the marketing to them, whether it is digital marketing or offline marketing. But soft skills, which helps you to do that successful and effective patient consultation, is your job. And clinical skills, which helps you to do the treatment in the best possible way, is also your job. Soft skills and clinical skills you will have to learn yourself no matter what. And normally, we, the Indian dentist or Indian doctors, are very good when it comes to clinical skills. The problem always is with the soft skills because nobody has taught us. Trust me, the day I understood this, I started my journey on upgradation, learning soft skills, learning marketing, learning management, personal development, clinical courses. Believe it or not, in last 10 years, I have invested, more than 67 lakh rupees in upgradation. Put whatever comes to your mind in the chat box after listening to this. More than 67 lakh rupees in upgradation. Apart from doing best of the best clinical courses from, best of the best mentors in our country, I have done so many, personal development courses, management courses, train the trainer courses. You name it and I've attended it. Whether it is Tony Robbins, T. Harv Eker, Robert Kiyosaki, Kim Kiyosaki, Les Brown, Blair Singer, Robert Riopen, Mac Attram. So the point which I want to make is, and every single time I did that, trust me, it just took my practice. It just took my results to the next level. Every single time I did that, it just took my results to the next level. Okay. There is a very, very powerful quote by Brian Tracy that changed my life. And he says, take all the training you can get. One good idea is all you need to save yourself from years of hard work. Such a powerful quote. And that's so true. Think about it. It's said, right? An idea can change your life. You just need that one good idea. You need that one missing link and everything changes in your life. For me, that good idea was that slide, soft skills versus domain skills. I still remember it very clearly. September 2007. I was attending that seminar on success principles. Soft skills, domain skills, 87.5%, 12.5%. And I exactly understood that, boss, my practice is stagnated for 7 long years only because my entire focus is on domain skills. I have done nothing about soft skills. That changed my life. Believe it or not, my practice went up by 10 times in 5 years after that. September 12 from that September 7. exact 10 times growth in that small town itself. Then those of you who know my story, I shifted to Pune in 2017, gave up my roaring practice of 18 years, started from scratch once again in 2018, 5 years down the line. My practice is 3 times bigger than whatever highest practice I had in my town in only 5 years. That to 2 years went in COVID. I exactly know what it takes to build your practice. And those of you who know it, I've started giving franchises also of my clinic. And in less than 1.5 years, we have now 11 clinics. So the point is, keep on upgrading yourself all the time. And guys, here I present you an extremely powerful, only once in a year upgradation opportunity. The road ahead for you is very simple. A to Z about practice management and A to Z about practice growth. 4 days, extremely intensive training program that I conduct only once in a year. And that is PracticeXL. So I'll just take 15 minutes to, talk about PracticeXL. So I want all of you to be here because the kind of topics that I cover in PracticeXL will blow your mind. Okay. It's a 4 days training program spread over 2 weekends because 4 days at a stretch will be too much for you. 2 weekends, like 2 Saturday, Sundays, one in the month of August, another in the month of September, happens only once in a year. Okay, because I don't get time to conduct PracticeXL 2-3 times in a year, just can't help. Okay. This year in 2023, these are the dates of PracticeXL. You can just take a screenshot or maybe, click the photo, whatever. 19th and 20th of August, 16th and 17th of September. So that means you can say 3rd weekend of August and 3rd weekend of September, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So it extends to 6:30 p.m. also sometimes. Okay. And there is a very good news for you. It is available online as well as offline. So it is purely your choice, whether you want to attend online only or you want to experience PracticeXL offline as well. So the August module is compulsorily online only. The first 2 days of PracticeXL will be online only. So no matter in which corner of the country or abroad you are sitting, you can attend it online. And the September module will be online as well as offline. That means you can attend online if you want. If you want to travel and along with education, you want to take that experience of extremely powerful offline session that we have, you're most welcome. The offline session will be in Pune. Okay. So I told you about the dates. I told you about, it's going to be online, offline. So let me just quickly go ahead and tell you about the content, what all I cover in PracticeXL. Okay. I told you about why perfect medical graduates don't make perfect doctors, why doctors are not good practice manager, what are the common myths they have. The next natural step is upgradation and the roadmap is PracticeXL. Okay. So I start PracticeXL with the soul of your practice. And the soul is nothing but your mission statement, vision statement. Okay. See, whatever questions, guys, you have, just put your question in the Q&A. Okay. I'll answer all your questions, right? So it starts with your mission statement, vision statement, and the SWOT analysis of your practice. See, unless you have a bigger reason to practice than just to make money, you'll not be able to grow beyond a point in the practice. Okay. If money is the only motivation for you in the practice, trust me, once you have that, one flat or one bungalow, 2 cars, few assets, your motivation will go down. You should also have the vision to grow your practice to the next level. So what is the importance of mission statement? How to make the mission statement? What is the importance of vision statement? How to make the vision statement? How to do the SWOT analysis of your practice? SWOT is nothing but the analysis of your strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. So what are the strengths of your practice? What are the weaknesses of your practice? What are the opportunities to grow your practice to the next level? What are the threats you can encounter during this journey? An extremely powerful thing that we cover. The next thing is the image of your practice. Everything about branding of your practice, every avenue about online marketing, every avenue about offline marketing. So I talk in detail about, I give you the complete mind map about how can you do online marketing, how can you do offline marketing, what are the branding elements of your practice, how to create your brand identity, how to create your corporate identity. So I give you everything. Then we talk about all the soft skills: communication skill, presentation skill, management skill, leadership skill, team building skill, negotiation skill, delegation skill. So we talk about all the soft skills because see, all of you are at different stage of practice. Few of you are seasoned practitioners, already well settled practice, lot of patients, lot of appointments. Now all you need to do is to move from person dependent practice to system dependent practice. Few of you are at maybe day one, first year of your practice. You need to do that absolute, not just, I always say this, not effective or successful patient consultation. You need to do magnetic patient consultation. Your communication and your presentation should be so powerful that the moment you do that patient consultation, the patient should say yes for the treatment. Then how to manage your appointments, your staff, your inventory, your payments, everything. A lot of people have so many issues with their staff. So how to develop your leadership and team building skills? Very, very powerful. Negotiation, I'll just give you an example. I talk about how to handle the negotiation, price objection in the clinic. Okay. One of our participants actually landed up negotiating his clinic space. He saved 72 lakh rupees in the negotiation. Imagine 72 lakh rupees he saved in the negotiation, because the same negotiation skills are extremely useful for you, not just in clinic, but no matter whatever you want to buy in the future, you can apply the same negotiation skills. It's so powerful. In fact, every single topic which we cover in PracticeXL has the potential of recovering your course fees by tens and hundreds of the times. It has happened in the past for hundreds of our participants. There is no reason why it cannot happen to you. Then slowly you should learn the delegation skill. You should learn the automation skills of your practice. Then the management part of your practice, managing staff, managing yourself, managing your clinic, managing your payments, appointments, inventory. We cover everything in these 4 days. Then I also talk about the art of networking, how to grow your network and how to use your network to grow your practice. The art of objection handling, how to handle different type of objections which patients have in your practice. Art of price objection handling. There are certain price objection handling strategies. How to use the strategies so that the price objection that patient puts, you handle it very effortlessly and very easily. And art of using the pricing strategies. How to define the prices of your treatments so that the friction from your patients goes down. Imagine, extremely powerful, isn't it? Every single thing. And then the icing on the cake is, I'll teach you how to develop the competition-proof practice. Yes, no matter how many dentists are there around you, you can still have a competition-proof practice. I'll tell you what, I practice in, Viman Nagar area in Pune. Okay. There are 4 dentists in my building, 40 dentists in my area, and around 8,000 dentists in Pune. And you can still build a very, very big and dream practice. So how to defeat the competition around you? What is conceptual selling? How to use it to grow your practice? What is gender intelligence? Gender intelligence is nothing but, see, we all get male patients, female patients, right? Suppose you want to do the same treatment. You want to explain the same treatment, the root canal, say, for example. The way you explain the root canal to a male patient is or should not be the same you explain the root canal to female patient. Because the male brain and female brain is different, not just anatomically and physiologically, but psychologically as well. So how to handle male patients and female patients? How to do that patient consultation differently for both of them? Extremely powerful, extremely, required. What is the difference between satisfied patients and loyal patients? I'm sure you have seen this in your practice that one fine day, one of your old patient comes back to your clinic. Okay. And he has done some treatment in some other clinic, and that treatment has an issue, has a problem. Whereas you have done the same treatment to some other opposite tooth for the same patient many years back. And you keep on wondering if this has happened in your practice, type yes in the chat box. You keep on wondering that whatever work I did is completely perfect. So why the patient went to somebody else? How many of you have seen this? यार जो काम मैंने किया है 10 साल पहले रूट कैनाल किया है, कैप लगाया, अभी तक अच्छा है, और फिर भी पेशेंट दूसरी तरफ क्यों गया? So what does it mean? Even if you had satisfied patient, the patient was not loyal to you. Yes. So that means there is a difference between satisfied patients and loyal patients. And that means not all satisfied patients are your loyal patients. Now, the step one is how to find the difference. Step two is how to convert every satisfied patient into the loyal patient. Priceless, isn't it? Because you and your practice will become brand only when you have many and many loyal patients in the practice, not just satisfied patients. Loyal patients are those who are like, okay, sir, whatever you say, just go ahead and do it. There is so much to learn. There is so much to learn. And guys, I want you to learn all this. How to use technology to grow your practice. Okay. How to use accessories to grow your practice. And there is a lot more. There is a lot of sharing happens. There are a lot of question answer sessions. And it's a wonderful, extremely powerful. Look at that. Look at the course content of PracticeXL. The entire PracticeXL is beyond your imagination, not just expectations. Okay. So coming back to PracticeXL, just want to tell you once again, it's a 4 days module spread over 2 weekends, 2 Saturday, Sundays, one in April, one in August, one in September. Okay. The dates for this year are 19th and 20th of August, 16th and 17th of September, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay. And it's available online as well as offline. The August module will be compulsorily online only. And September, you have choice whether you want to attend online or offline. Yes, don't worry. Okay. There are few more things, something extremely powerful, which nobody ever offers. Once you attend PracticeXL, you can come back to PracticeXL next year, next year, to refresh your knowledge, to regain the updated knowledge again and again, absolutely free of cost. Can you believe it? Once a PracticeXLite, always a PracticeXLite. This is something that I'm offering you today. Okay. The second thing is you will have extremely powerful, professionally designed, international standard workbook. That workbook will act as the Bible of your practice. The PracticeXL workbook, every time you face any problem in your practice, you just have to go to PracticeXL workbook and you will find the solution in it. Extremely powerful. Then you will also have 2 guest speakers speaking on 2 different topics about practice along with me. And after the PracticeXL course, you will have 2 monthly masterminds. One mastermind will be in the month of September. One mastermind will be in the month of October. These 2 masterminds will help you that what all you have implemented from PracticeXL. Did you face any objection, any any challenges while you were implementing? What went right, what went wrong, and how you can correct it. And of course, there is a WhatsApp group. You can put your questions in the WhatsApp group, and we are for you all the time. So this is an extremely powerful 4 days program and a lifetime association. Okay. Now, before I tell you the mind-blowing, unbelievable webinar special price, let me tell you, the PracticeXL is actually valued at 79,999 plus GST. Okay. But if you jump into PracticeXL now, in this particular webinar, it's for those action takers who are the decision makers. Okay. Decision making is considered as the 8th wonder of the world. One of the most difficult things is to take the decision, even if you know it is right for you. A lot of people just cannot take the decision. Okay. So decision making is the 8th wonder of the world. And for those who are the decision makers, let me tell you something very, very interesting. The course fees of the entire PracticeXL for you is not 80,000 plus GST. It is just 34,000 plus GST, and only for 2023 this year. Okay. And then you don't have to pay 34,000 plus GST right now. You just have to pay 9,000 plus GST now. I'll give you 15 minutes to enroll with this price. You have to pay 9,000 plus GST now and 25,000 plus GST on 15th of August before the course, so that we can add you to the WhatsApp group. We can share you the notes and everything. Okay. So it's an unbelievable price. So guys, what I'm going to do here is I'll just share the payment link with you, and I'll give you 15 minutes to make the payment. Okay. So those of you who want to grab it at such a mind-blowing price, just go ahead and grab it. Okay. Your 15 minutes starts now. Okay. Wait. Yeah. All you have to do is to click on the link. It's 9,000 plus government GST 18%. Okay. Just click on the link, make the payment, and be here only. Okay. Once you make the payment, I want you to, okay, in a moment, I'll ask you to put your name in the chat box. So put your name in the chat box. I would personally like to welcome you in the PracticeXL community. Okay. So you have like 14 minutes to make the payment. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, you put your questions in the Q&A. Okay. You put your questions in the Q&A. I'm just disabling the chat here so that nobody should miss the link. Okay. So, 2 standard questions. Will the recording be available? Okay. Will the recording be available? Now, the answer is no. PracticeXL is always the live session. Okay. PracticeXL is always the live session. So no recording available. If you miss something, don't worry. You have your WhatsApp group. You have monthly mastermind classes. And even if you miss, you will miss 1 day or 2 days, right? If you have any other commitment on one of those dates. But there is so much to implement. So much to implement that even if you implement the remaining 2 days or 3 days, whatever you attend, it will take you more than a year to implement. That's why PracticeXL membership, as I said, you can come back to PracticeXL again and again. We have participants who have attended PracticeXL 5 times, 6 times. Yes, 5-6 years. And their practices have gone up like, from 1.2 lakh rupees to 9 lakh rupees, 1.5 lakh rupees to 12 lakh rupees, 80,000 rupees to 6 lakh rupees, and so on and so on. I have hundreds of success stories, right? So somebody says how it is different from the Diamond membership. Diamond membership is a group mentorship program. PracticeXL covers everything. It's completely different. Okay, it's completely different. So just jump in and you will understand. If you are already a diamond member or a silver or gold member in my online community, trust me, this is something which you should not even miss, right? But with the due respect, what's your conversion rate in these webinars? I don't even count all this, Dr. Bhavna, because I'll tell you what, nobody in this world will give you this much at this price. Nobody will give you lifetime membership free of cost for all the courses. Okay. So I don't take any taraju or measuring scale in my hand and do all this. This is my passion. I already have my own roaring dental practice. Okay. I have so many courses. I have written an international bestseller book. I have 11 franchisees, 10 more coming up before the year end. So, I just keep on sharing the knowledge for the benefit of my fellow colleagues, because I have really worked extremely hard to get this. No single mentor, no single course could teach me all this. I had to travel to different cities, different mentors, different countries to gain all this knowledge. But if there is someone who can do it for our, dentist community and medical fraternity, I would be glad to be that person. So that's why I do it. Okay. So I don't even calculate all this. Come on. So life is not just about making money. Okay. Exactly the answer I was looking for. Yeah. See, I'll tell you, because, one of my very simple philosophy, if you ask my course participants and, one of my all-time favorite quote is, do your best, forget the rest. You should not even think about the results, because the results are results will follow. Earl Nightingale has said this very, very powerfully. The money you make and the name fame you make is always the result of the value you add to the world. Okay. So just keep on adding value. That's so simple. Somebody says, I attended both online this time, but would want to attend 2-3 times offline later. Yeah, you can do that. That's absolutely fine. See, only for when you come for the offline session, let me be very clear here. 34,000 plus GST is your tuition fees. Okay. Is your tuition fees for the online sessions. Okay. If you come for the offline sessions, you have to pay the hotel charges, the victual charges extra. The hall, the food, all the arrangement and all those things. You have to pay those charges extra. So we call it victual charges, right? So of course, you attend it online because you have small kids, learn it, grab the knowledge, put it in your practice, grow your practice. And once your kids are grown up, next year, next to next year, you're most welcome to attend offline, because the kind of offline sessions you have are unbelievable. Okay. So don't worry about that. So meanwhile, those of you who, made the payment, I want you to just put your name in the chat box. I would personally like to welcome you in our extremely powerful journey called PracticeXL, only once in a year. Okay. Only once in a year. Just put your names in the chat box, guys. Okay. And I would like to personally welcome you on board. Meanwhile, how much time is left? Yeah, 9 minutes are left. Still time. So, okay. Oops. Keep on doing that. Just a minute. Okay. Yeah. So, who has paid? Put your name. I'm so sorry. I disabled the chat. Yeah. I just opened the chat right now, but let me tell you, whose money is received. So, if you are putting the names, yes, Dr. S.V. Krishna Chaitanya. Yes, your payment is received. Welcome on board, Dr. Krishna. Congratulations for your action. And okay, welcome on board, Dr. Praveen Thorat. Welcome on board, Dr. Ashwin Poddar. Welcome on board, Dr. Bhushan Shenge. Welcome on board, Dr. Bhavna Gautam. I have actually received few more payments. Yes. Welcome on board, Dr. Ankur Parmar. Okay. So guys, I'll tell you, I have received the payment of, Dr. Bhushan Shenge. I have received the payment of Dr. Ashwin Poddar, Bhavna Gautam. Dr. Vipul Goel also has paid. Your payment is through. Welcome on board, Dr. Vipul Goel. Welcome on board, Dr. Akshay Bhushan. Welcome on board, Dr. Praveen. I told this. Okay, welcome on board, Dr. S.V. Krishna. Welcome on board, Dr. Ankur. Right, wonderful. So guys, as you keep on making the payments, if there are any questions, yeah, Kathy Shah has paid. Welcome on board, Dr. Kathy. Guys, congratulations. Get ready and get excited for an absolute mind-blowing journey. I'll tell you what, there are going to be more than 150, 200 people for PracticeXL. Okay, so you will be blown away. Guys, mark my words. PracticeXL will not surpass your expectations. PracticeXL will surpass your imaginations as well. Yes, I know what I'm saying. In fact, I'm raising your expectations by saying this, but I know this is how it works. After you attend the first 2 days, when you come back for day 3 and day 4 of PracticeXL, your entire course fees will be recovered. Not one time, not 2 times, but maybe 5 times, 10 times, 20 times in 1 month. I know what I am saying. It takes only one patient, one tip, one secret, one system to make it happen. You don't need more than one patient to recover your course fees. And the entire knowledge that you get is lifetime free. Okay. So we have seen participants making millions and millions and crores of rupees by doing absolute ethical work and no gadbad, nothing. Okay. What are the offline course dates? Dr. Alap, the dates are same. Okay. The dates are same. So 19th and 20th August is online only. 16th and 17th September, online as well as offline. So it will be the live telecast of the offline session that will be available for the online participants. Okay. I have a doubt, September classes are online or offline? Both. Meanwhile, what if we have doubts later? Don't worry. I told you we already have the WhatsApp group. You can put your doubts in the WhatsApp group and I'm there to solve. Okay. Then Dr. Krishnan says, you mentioned that we have to be mindful about how to explain the procedure to female patient compared to male patient. I would like to see, this is not a small thing, Dr. Krishna, how to have that difference between male patient, female patient. It's a complete session of, 1 hour. So naturally that will be covered in PracticeXL. So don't worry about it. Just jump in because it's not just about root canal. You have to explain smile designing. You have to explain veneers. You have to explain the kids patients. You have to explain implants to male and female patients, right? So it's not just about, one treatment. Please share the payment link. Yeah, here is the payment link. Okay. Here is the payment link, Dr. Nitish. Meanwhile, a few more people have paid. Let me just welcome them on board. Dr. Abhilash Jacob, welcome on board, Dr. Abhilash. Good to have you in this mind-blowing journey. Welcome on board, Dr. Swati Sharma. Welcome on board, Dr. Sanjay Nadu Vimani. Okay. Welcome on board, Dr. Kathy Shah. Then, welcome on board, Dr. Bhushan. Right? Wonderful. Guys, 4 minutes are left. Okay. So those of you who are interested, those of you who want to jump in, you just make the payment. Okay. Will there be a mock-up consultation for each and every procedure? Not at all. That's not required. I'm going to share an absolute mind-blowing $1 million patient consultation template in PracticeXL. You take any treatment, just follow the template and your results will be unbelievable. I already told you, you will recover the entire course fees even before you come for the September module, and not just 34,000. You will recover 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 times money even before it. Okay. SBI net banking is not working. So you pay with any of the UPI, e-wallet, you pay with credit card, you pay with debit card, because there are every single way by which you can make the payment. Guys, yeah, here is the payment link, Dr. Neha, once again. Guys, only 3 minutes are left. See, just want to give one last message to, there are around 88 people here who have not yet paid. Guys, it's your choice, your life, your practice, your money. We spend thousands and thousands of rupees on, birthday parties, vacations. And here it's peanuts. Imagine you do one implant, you use that patient consultation template, just convert one patient for one implant, your cost of the course is done. You convert 1, 3, 4, 5 unit patient from, like PFM crown to metal free crown, your cost of the, a course is recovered. But imagine what will happen in your lifetime. You will make lakhs and crores of rupees by adding massive value to the patients and by giving that wonderful dental treatment experience, by doing that absolute magnetic patient consultation. Okay. See, I'll tell you what, guys, I know that, it's not about that 34,000. Okay. The gold membership already has the patient consultation template. Yes, it has patient consultation template, but PracticeXL is a 4-day program, around 35 hours. Imagine what all is there, right? So guys, those of you who are sitting on the fence, as I said, it's your choice, your life, your practice. But let me give you a word of caution. You will not get this anywhere in this country. Everything at one place. You will not get this opportunity until the next year. If your practice grows after PracticeXL by, say, 50,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh rupees, how much money you are going to lose in next 12 months? Imagine that. Okay. I leave you with these 5 questions. If not you, then who? See, those who wanted to register, they have already registered. Those who wanted to left, they have already left. They are okay. Probably they know everything. It's your choice, your life, your practice. If not you, then who? If not here, then where? Where else you will find a course curriculum at this peanut price to give you the lifetime skills? If not now, then when? Why you want to wait for another year? Suffer that loss of practice growth, maybe 10 lakh, 20 lakh, 30 lakh rupees, and then attend it next year at a higher price. Think what will happen if you jump in and start a whole new level of practice, and think what will happen if you do not. Choice is yours. The time is up. Okay. The link will be valid for next few minutes. If you want to jump in, just jump in. Okay. Here is the link one last time. Okay. I can share the link only here. Yes, it is relevant to physiotherapist. It is relevant to everybody. Let me tell you, there are more than 18 physiotherapists who have attended PracticeXL. There are 4 cardiologists who have attended PracticeXL. There are 32 orthopedic surgeons who have attended PracticeXL. There are 24 gynecologists who have attended PracticeXL. There are more than 70 BMS practitioners, more than 100 homeopathy practitioners have attended PracticeXL. It's not just for dentists, it's for everyone. Because the principles of practice growth remains same, whether you are a physiotherapist, a dentist, a homeopath surgeon, a homeopath practitioner, or a general surgeon, or a physician. Okay. So, yes, see, the fees goes up every year. Okay. Neha says, I'm trying a lot. See, those of you who are unable to pay, I want you to do one thing. I'll just share an email ID with you. Okay. Write an email to connect@sujitpardeshi.com. Okay. Here is the email ID. And I'm also sharing a WhatsApp number. Don't call on this number. If you are serious about learning, okay, if you really want to grow your practice, I'm there to help. Okay. So those of you who want to make the payment, but your payment is failing for whatever reason, okay, just send an email or connect on WhatsApp and we'll help you tomorrow in the office time. Meanwhile, there was a question, have made the payment, all excited, awesome. Yeah, I just need to welcome those who have made the payment, towards the end. Just a moment, guys. Let me just confirm your, payments here. So meanwhile, those who are sitting on the fence still, guys, just jump in. You don't know what you are missing if you are not doing this. Okay. Dr. Upma Sachdev has paid. Welcome on board, Dr. Upma. Good to have you here in this community. Welcome on board, Dr. Nitish Chauhan. Good to have you here. Welcome on board, Dr. Ashutosh Kaushik. Welcome on board, Dr. Abhilash Jacob. Welcome on board, Dr. Sudhakar M. Welcome on board, Dr. Swati Sharma. Right? Wonderful. So guys, congratulations. And those of you who have enrolled, don't worry. Nilesh says not able to pay. Nilesh, I already told you, write an email to, connect@sujitpardeshi.com or WhatsApp 85303-78787. Okay. So yes, Dr. Sankar, life is all about priorities. You have to decide which one you want to go for. Okay. It's your choice. That's not a problem at all. So there are a couple of questions here. Next year again, online repeat will be there. Yes, it will be there. Okay, next year also. My only hesitation is to the dates. Life is all about priority, Dr. Arjita. Okay, just if you ask me, even if you attend one day out of 4 or 2 days out of 4, your practice will be at a different level next year. Okay, take my words. I already promised all of you. The PracticeXL will not just surpass your expectations. It will surpass your imaginations as well. You will recover the entire course fees even before the September module. That's my promise to you. Okay, guys, you just don't know what happens there. Okay, and you will be surprised. Oh, course is expensive. You will come to know only after attending. No other trainer in the world, mark my words, no other trainer in the world will give you all this at this price. Take it up as my word, as my challenge. Find out one, come back to me. Okay. So all those who have registered, congratulations. Welcome on board. And guys, yes, Dr. Neha Mundra, your payment has been received. Congratulations. Welcome on board. Finally, you made the payment. Good. So that's what happens, when you are there. Only Dr. Nilesh, your payment was not through. And okay, so just connect on WhatsApp or something and we'll help you tomorrow, maybe. Right. So here is the payment link once again, guys. So those of you who have enrolled, you will receive our next communication directly on 15th of August. Okay. For the remaining payment. And then we'll put you in the WhatsApp group. We'll share the course material with you. Don't worry. Everything will happen before 19th of August. Okay. So relax, chill. Welcome on board. Congratulations for your action, your decision. And as promised, get ready and get excited for absolute mind-blowing, time ahead. So contact or phone pay details, you can literally create your own QR code here and make the payment through phone pay. It's so simple, actually. Okay, it's so simple. Just save this link and you can make it by any medium you want, right? So will it cover practice automation and staff management? Yes, it will cover staff management, practice automation in short. Because automation is nothing but it's a process. You start delegation, you start managing your team, you start team building, you start leadership skills, communication, presentation, management, and automation happens automatically. Okay. So yes, it will be the answer for all your queries. And as I told you, you have masterminds, you have WhatsApp group, full-time support, ongoing basis, right? So this is Dr. Sujit Pardeshi signing off from this webinar right now. So those of you who have not enrolled, guys, think about it. As I said, your life, your practice, your choice. I wish to see you in PracticeXL, right? Signing off as of now. See you again. Thank you. Good night.